Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for another video. So in this video, I want to be showing you guys how I dealt with the first 3 fights in Quest 2 for Wheel of Fate. Now, I started to try to do this, on stream before I left for my camping trip, and I was like, not even the first fight in, and the game went down. It was apparently like a Google Cloud server issue, so like multiple mobile games were affected, so it was just very unfortunate timing. So I've been stuck in the quest ever since then. Over the course of my camping trip, I did get a couple of the fights down, so I'm going to show you guys all that in this video before I stream the rest of the run. So starting first, this wasn't even on the stream. I did this before I even started that stream because I just wanted to get this first fight done because I don't really have a good option here. It's really Unduped Void or Wong, and I don't want to use Wong. I do like Void. I love Void, man. I really do. I took him to rank 3, Unduped. I think Void is fantastic. I wish he was awakened. I do have a science gem, but probably going to be giving that to Spider Woman. Yeah, I knew that this should be possible with an Unduped Void. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be so much harder, Unduped versus Duped, but doable. For sure, it has to be doable. This was about my 5th attempt, about like 20-ish minutes, 15, probably about at this point, like 15 minutes of trying to get this fight down. And I definitely learned some tactics for using Unduped Void here as my practice attempts went on. But one of the main things here is that Gorr special too. That was a full clean dex, which was really rare for me. I wasn't pulling off the full dex most of the time. I was getting hit by at least a little bit of it. But yeah, if you're able to full dex special 2, it should be very easily soloable with an Unduped Void. You're just going to need some decent RNG. And so here, you'll see what I'm doing. I have a full bar and almost 2 full bars of power right now, and so I'm just waiting for that timer because I know I'm about to lose all my debuffs. Because my Void is unduped, we don't convert into Fear of the Void, so we have to start over. So on this front, I played that absolutely perfectly. I was prepared the second all my debuffs were gone. I immediately, boom, threw that special, and luckily I was rewarded with a Petrified debuff, and then we got a second Petrified debuff up very, very early, which was really good. So, it might take a few attempts to undo Void just because of RNG. If you're triggering the Petrified debuffs as like the last 2, that really sucks. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's just bad luck. But, try to save your specials to immediately start getting those debuffs up as soon as you lose them. Probably one of my biggest tips. And yeah, if you can evade the special 2, it makes the fight a lot easier. But that's what most of my attempts would look like. I get hit by some of it, but I dex some of it too, so the damage isn't too crazy, and I didn't get any debuffs applied to me, so it wasn't too big of a deal. And that's how I'm gonna get this guy down. Also, special 2s, you absolutely want to be throwing special 2s with Unduped Void, because you just if you throw too many special 1s, you're just starting the process to lose your debuffs faster. Unless you haven't triggered your Petrifies yet, then you should, make sure to get those up. But if you already have 2 Petrifies, there's no reason to keep throwing special 1s. You should absolutely switch to special 2. So that's kind of my best tips for Unduped Void here. And, he's going down. Got him down past 50%. Got 1 Petrify up right now. I'm hoping that the next debuff is a Petrify. Let's see if it's going to be a Petrify here. Bait out the special 2. And then again, get hit a little bit. But again, it's just a little bit of damage we end up taking. And he didn't crit, so it's fine. And then boom. So the last debuff here is a Petrify, which sucks. Really sucks. So I decide, alright, well, let's just go for a special 2 in that case. And I'll just let, Void apply that last Petrify himself. I'm not going to bother using a special 1 to do it. So here, boom, drop the special 2. There we go. Didn't time this perfectly because, now he's healing a decent chunk, but I'm just banking on a Petrify right here. I'm like, Petrify, 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 and boom. The special 1 didn't get the Petrify, but Void's debuff application did get 1 Petrify there, so that was really, really clutch. And I was like, alright, this might actually be a soul. This is going extremely well. Can I get 1 more Petrify? If I can, we should be golden. So boom, the next debuff triggers. Wasn't a Petrify. I got a special 1 here. I'm like, come on, Petrify, Petrify, Petrify. Boom, we get the Petrify. I'm like, oh my god, okay, this is it. This is the solo. So here he can't use the special 1, but I'm like, alright, I'm just going to chill, bro. I'm literally just going to chill. I'm going to wait to get rooted. It's fine. I got my relic. So boom, get out of the root with the relic. Just kind of push him back. Then go in and then just chill. But he's right below 2 bars and he's dead. Unduped Void, man, taking Gorr down. It took me about 20 minutes, including this fight. 20 minutes of fighting Gorr to get that attempt, to get the RNG to line up and for all that goodness to happen. So now we move on to Dazzler. So we got Stark Enhanced Spider-Man for this fight. Now, the first attempt here I'm going to show you is what, you know, it's like probably what you'll see most people do. And just, you know, the first thing I started to do, you know, build poise, hit Dazzler, try to intercept her, you know, and drop special 2s. That's what most people would do with Stark Spidey here. That would be the game plan for most people, you know, play around the nodes and everything. But I soon realized that Dazzler is annoying. You're gonna see I take so much BS damage, like kind of like Namor, where, you know, if you're attacking as she's like attacking you, like the damage can be reflected. Like, it's so dumb. So I decided to just try a completely different approach my second time in this fight. Because you're gonna see I'm gonna lose a bunch of health in a second here to just BS. So it should be coming up right in a second here. So here I'm at the special 2. I think at this point I'm just looking to maybe get an intercept. Let's see here. Yeah, go for a little intercept. I'm like, alright, I'm gonna throw my special 2. Alright. You know, decent, but now she's at a special 2. And I'm kind of cornered, you know, like this is just, it's not going great. We got power drain her, but like we're cornered right now. This is not a clean fight at all by any stretch of the imagination. You know, it's going okay. We're technically winning by 3% health, but like, yeah, you know, it could be going a lot better. So I think it's right here. I go for my special 2. So here we need to bait out the Dazzling Dash first. Alright. And then I think we go for a little intercept or just go for the special 2. Yeah, get the intercept. Alright. And now we're going to throw the special 2 and watch my health. We're at 66%. Watch this. Watch this. Get some more intercepts off. And then boom. I dropped down to 14%. I was like, no. Screw that. No. That is some baloney. That's so stupid. What? I special intercepted her and I lost 50% of my health? Dude, no, that's not fair. That's not right. I was like, alright, there has to be a better way to approach this fight, because that is not working. Like, Stark Spidey should absolutely be the best option for this Dazzler. There has to be a better way. There has to be a better solution. So, if the game will actually load and put us back in. There we go. So, this time, I go for a completely different playstyle. And now this right here, this is how to easily tackle this Dazzler fight, which should just be any champion, but I think Stark Spidey is absolutely the best option, and this playstyle I think works best with him as well. So again, we're going to start the fight the same. We've got to build up the poise, but we're going to play the fight very differently after that. So keep on building these poise. We're at 6. Alright, and you know, like the whole thing with this fight is, you know, trying to intercept to get rid of the dynamo charges so that she doesn't get too much power, because, you know, Dazzler's special 2 can be a little bit annoying. Preferably you want to just stick to baiting out the special 1, right? This also has some limber, so that can be annoying too. So here I just decide to go for my heavy because we're getting a little cornered. So now, you know, you might be like, Legacy, this fight looks largely the same as the other one, and at this point, yeah. But now the one thing, the massive difference here, is I'm simply not going to throw any special attacks. So as long as I don't throw a special attack and I don't use a heavy attack, the dynamo charges are irrelevant, actually. They don't matter. So now I've taken out pretty much 90% of the complexity of this fight, and we're just doing combos, and we're baiting the special 1. Like, the only real thing I need to be careful of is her Dazzling Dash, and, you know, the root node. I just have to stay close enough so that I don't get rooted. And that's it. And this fight has literally become 5 times easier now, because I don't have to worry about intercepting, I don't have to worry about the dynamo charges, I don't have to worry about all that BS. I can just play the fight how I want to play the fight. And that's just combos and baiting specials. So here I'm just trying to bait a special, pushing her back a little bit, getting some spacing. There we go. She throws the special. And yeah, she's just stuck at 5 dynamo charges, and that's not going to change. So yeah, that's pretty much the fight. And this should be replicatable with just about any champion. You just can't use your specials or your heavy attack either. I'm pretty sure the heavy attack triggers the dynamo charges as well. I know for a fact specials, I think it's just when you knock her down, that's what triggers the power gain consumption, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, just don't knock them down, just retain your power and combo, easily bait the special one. And yeah, easy game, easy life. And yeah, this worked out just so much better than I could have even imagined. And you can see Stark Spidey Man, he's hitting pretty hard with only 8 poise charges, 23k mediums, 15k light attacks. We're at a little 160 combo right now. But we're starting to lose some poise, so here I need to gain some. So boom, 8, 9, go for a little relic action. Alright. And she's almost down, dude. This fight has been so easy. Like my first time in Quest 1, I only had 2 deaths. I used 2 revives, and it was to Dazzler here and Spiral. So now that I know this strategy to fight Dazzler, like this fight has become so much easier. I'm curious who's going to be my option on the 3rd run. But yeah, this was so easy with the strategy. So boom, there's Dazzler taken down, finishing with a 91% health finish. Just easy fight, man. Easy fight once you play it that way with a little change of strategy. So now we move on to Lady Deathstrike. This probably the worst fight in here. It's definitely the longest fight. So I think I've seen people use Medusa, and I was debating that, but I got a shiny new rank 3 Spider Woman, and I was like, dude, let's take her for a spin. So I was doing this fight on the truck ride home from camping from Banff, Alberta. It's beautiful mountains up there. Did a hike with Ace. And so yeah, I was just chilling in the car, and so I was doing this fight, and then about like halfway through, we pulled up at a gas station. So I just left my phone in the truck and left it on. I'll come back like 10 minutes later and then resume the fight. So you can see at this point, man, we're at 300 something combo. Spider-Woman definitely not the craziest option for this fight. She's not terrible, but not the craziest option. So I found that just going for special 3s was pretty much the best way to go. So here we're going to build to that special 3. And I'm going to bait out her special before we throw ours. And then I'm going to keep dexing so I don't lose my power. Alright, and then a little combo, and then we're going to throw this. So you guys can see what a full rotation does now. She's at 53% when we throw it. Boom, she goes down to 49%. And then we also apply a passive stun. We apply 15 of those power stings. And then here I want to bait the special. So she's at 48. Only goes down to 47. So, yeah, it was a little rough. I'm just going to skip through towards the end of the fight so you guys don't have to watch 15 minutes of this. Let's get to the final 6% here. We'll watch the rest of this. So yeah, man, I think in total the fight was, I think, like around 14 minutes. And I don't think that's counting the pause time. If you count how long the fight was paused for, I think it was like 26 minutes or something. Yeah, here I went for like a special 1 to see if that was going to really do anything. And no, it did not do anything. So I was like, okay, I think we're just going to go for this, but one more special 3, and that should be all she wrote. I did end up losing my full yellow bar. I had a full yellow bar for like 400 hits, but yeah, I made one mistake somewhere along the way, but it's all good. I just need one more special 3, and this fight should be over. So boom, get to the special 3, boom, pop it. Dude, special 3 is awesome. Boom, hit him with a little headshot, and then light him up. And boom, that is Lady Deathstrike cooked by Spider-Woman. Let's see the stats here, man. How long of a fight was that? It was 14 minutes, 47 seconds. That's exactly what my recording is at right now. So that is where I'm leaving off for Quest 2. The rest will be live streamed. And we got Enchantress up next. These are my options. I think I'm going to go for Hulk. But yeah, so far this run's going good. Excited to see how the rest of it goes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like if so. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. I'm excited to get Wheel of Fate all 100% completed and open up those juicy rewards. I mean, they're not the juiciest of rewards actually, but still. Titan Nexus, rank 4, a couple other Titan Crystals maybe. I'm excited. And the Awakening Gem. I really want that Awakening Gem. So yeah, guys, be on the lookout for the live stream. Should be coming up soon. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Peace.